Hey, in this episode of Ask Aaron, I'm going to share with you not one, not two, not even three or four, but 5 of the most common SEO mistakes that we see e-commerce brands making. Let's get into it. So look, one of the best things about running a digital marketing agency is you get to see and work with lots of brands, and you get to see some of the mistakes, some of the recurring themes or the commonalities of mistakes the brands are making. And we've got a few here that I wanted to share with you in this video. Some of them you might recognize, some of them you might find that you're doing, but these are 5 things that we see even very established e-commerce brands that often are doing 7 figures plus e-commerce revenue, and yet they're still making some of these relatively basic mistakes. So what are they, here you say? Well, let's get into it. So look, this is the big 5. I'm going to go through each of them. So the first one is they have a blog, which is great. You know, brands, we need a blog, or whether we call it a blog or a guide or resource section, but essentially a blog. The trouble is, so many brands love to make their blog all about them. Okay, and we did this ourselves here at Evergreen. We fell into this trap, you know, classic mistake of, you know, the painter who never paints his own house. We, as a digital marketing agency, found ourselves, we were so busy working on our client accounts, we found when we looked at our blog a couple of years ago, we were like, actually, it's just all about us, and that's not great. You know, we were saying about, oh, we've won this award, and we've done this, and we've done that. Where is the value? And you know, e-commerce brands are doing this very same mistake, and I'm a big one for standing and going, yep, we're, you know, guilty as charged. We were doing exactly this. But your blog is your opportunity to add value, to educate, to share your expertise, your wisdom, the reason you're in business, the product you sell, the expertise you have, the passion that you have, the experience you have, to share that with the world. The blog is a fantastic opportunity and way for you to do that. And all too often, we work with brands, we start working with brands, and we look at their blog and we critique their content and their content strategy, and we go, it's great, but it's all about you. It's all talking about you, your team, your product, which is fine, but where's the added value? How does your blog align to what a user actually wants, the questions a user has? So, you know, these are all things, as ever with my Ask Aaron series, you can always go, you can sort of literally pause the video, go and, well, do we do that? Are we guilty of doing that? You can go and check this. Go and look at your own blog. Go into Google Search Console, look at the pages that exist within your blog, look at your sitemap, go and essentially just go on your blog, have a look through how much of the content is about you, you know, in one way, shape or form, and how much is about adding value, how much is about helping the user, educating the user, adding value. And it's very, very common. And you may think we don't do it, and then you actually look at it and you go, yeah, well, actually, you know, most of our content in one way, shape or form is talking about us. It's very me. And I've done whole pitches to brands where they've gone, we've got a fantastic content strategy. And I look at it and I go, it is really good. You're really selling the brand, which is part of what you need to do. But you also need to add the value. Where's the added value? It's very me. So is your blog a me blog, or actually are you adding value? Very, very common mistake. We see a lot of brands making it. The next one is having no content, no FAQs on PP, stands for product pages. So having FAQs, again, it's very easy for e-commerce brands to have a product, few images, put up a description that either you've wrote or that's from the manufacturer of the product if it's not your own product. It's quite generic, it's quite vanilla, you know, in as much as, you know, what it actually says about the product and the added value. And something we encourage all of our brands to do is add an FAQ. What are the questions someone asks? Speak to your customer service team, speak to your sales team, go and look at your data, look at your competitors. What are the questions people are asking? Can you put those into an FAQ? Can you build content that really says, this is the purpose of this product, this is the value it can add, this is how it can help you, this is what it does, this is how it works, this is what it's for, this is what goes with it. All of these good things, this is what can go into an FAQ. And just doing that, it's providing more context, more content around the product. Google loves that, and crucially, it's great for the user. And that is a staple we get pretty much every single brand we work with. We go, well, one of the first things we need to do, one of the quick ways of adding value, we're going to build an FAQ onto your product pages. Very easy to do, something you can absolutely do. So if you haven't done it, go and do it. The third one is an oldie but a goodie, and that is your Google business profile. It's had 101 names over the years, but as it stands right now, it's called Google Business Profile. That is essentially when someone's searching for your brand, it's Google's information about you know, it's going to have your name, your website, some pictures, all of that good stuff. Just having that page, depending on the type of business or your brand or whatever, but having your page set up properly with the accurate and up-to-date information that is consistent with your your website. So it's called your NAP. Your name, address, and your phone details are consistent on Google as they are on your website, as they are on third-party sites that reference you. Just making sure that information is up to date and accurate is key. And we've taken on the number of brands we've started working with where they're e-commerce, yes, but then they have lots of physical stores, across the UK or whatever. And then we look at that and it hasn't been touched for years and it's outdated, or they've still got stores that are no longer there, or they've added more stores and they don't have a profile for them. This is where the online customer meets the offline customer, because people look, where is that store? What is the opening times of that store? How do I get there? All of that good stuff. It's part of your SEO, it's part of optimizing, and doing this will have a Brucey bonus and benefit to your offline side of your business as well. And we see this, and we spent our team, we have some of it's automated, some of it we'd have to do manually, but essentially just making sure that your profile is up to date, is accurate, and is reflective of your brand as it is today. And you remember that so many of your customers are going to search online and then are going to go to a store, or are going to go to a store and then go online. Most of our e-commerce brands have physical retail stores alongside their e-commerce business, and understanding that crossover, that correlation is key, and the Google Business Profile plays a really big part in it. So we make sure that phone numbers, contact details, opening times, all of that good stuff, there's so many things we put on there to make it as easy as possible. Even the promotions we're running, even the campaigns we're running on an online store, we make sure they're noted, they're referenced, in a whole myriad of different, very creative, clever ways. We make sure that they feature on the location pages, which feeds off the Google Business Profile. So is your Google Business Profile up to date? Go and Google it and you can check and see if it is. Next thing, relevant links. Links, the links is a big topic and something I've covered on many other Ask Aaron videos, but making sure links are relevant. Now, it doesn't matter whether those links come from digital PR or old school techniques or this or that or the other. It doesn't matter. What matters is, and what you should be asking is, the links that we are acquiring, whether you're doing it in-house or you've got an agency doing it or whatever, are those links relevant? And the best way to know the answer to that is, would I want that link? Would I see value in that link if Google didn't exist? If it's getting a link on that publication or on that website or in that feature would be great, because our target customer, they read that website, they're on that publication, that media title. So yes, there is a high likelihood that customer's going to read that, click the link and go over and buy our product or show an interest in our product. That's a relevant link. If it's something you go, well, probably not, but hey, it's good for Google, might not be a relevant link. And we see brands going, oh, yeah, we've got loads of links, or oh, we've got someone that does our links, or this, that, and the other. And we go, yeah, but are those links relevant? Are they, if they're PRE links, are they just coming in as brand mentions, brand links, or actually going deep links specifically to the product, specifically to the categories? Often that can be what makes the difference from a brand going from page 2 of Google up to page 1 of Google. We see that a lot. So just make sure you've got relevant links is absolutely key. And again, you can go and check this yourself. You can look, well, what type of links are we? If someone's supporting you, well, let's have a look at what types of links and ask you, would we want that link if Google didn't exist? It's a great measure. And if the answer is no, there's a problem there. And you know what to do about it. You can say, well, we need more relevant links. We need to focus on links if Google didn't exist. They're the links that you really, really want. Lastly, broken pages. Bit of a technical one, this one, but essentially, again, it's a very quick win. And websites, if you think of when, especially particularly relevant with e-commerce brands, you've got products coming online, you've got products coming offline, seasonality, things changing, new products, old products, etc. Making sure that those pages that maybe were on the website or go, or those special offers that were on the website and then they've gone, or those campaigns or whatever it might be, you don't want your website littered with broken pages, because once a page breaks and it's gone, from a user perspective, fine. It's bad from a user perspective in as much as if they click something and they've saved a link, or they bookmarked something, or were on a website and they go back and they can't find it. That's not great. You need to send that user to, that's no longer here, but you've got this instead. That's a much better user experience. But also, crucially, from Google, this plays havoc with Google. If it's trying to find something, it's sort of hopping. You think of links, internal links, it's like it hops from here to here to here to here, and it then goes to one that's broken. That page no longer exists because the product's out of stock, or you've stopped selling it, or it's a line or a brand you've cut, or whatever, or you've taken that down because it's old content, or whatever it might be. If that happens, then Google goes, oh, I'm stuck, and it doesn't know where to go, and that's where it serves a 404, which is basically an error page saying, and I don't know where this page has gone, and that's a problem. And it's very easy to fix, and if you're just mindful of this, and again, the number of brands where we look at this and we just run a crawl, we run an audit, it's a bit technical, so you probably need someone to do it for you, but by just asking the question, looking at your broken links and doing it on a monthly basis, you capture things, and it enables you. And we've had ones where products have gone out of stock, or they've stopped selling things, or a client has made changes. We've picked up on this and they've gone, yeah, well, we just delete it. And we go, well, no, stop, don't just delete things. What you've got to do is actually have a plan of that's gone, but now we've got this instead, or actually the next best thing is over here, or oh, we can't find that, but default back over to here. And that's just massively improves the user experience. And then if you get into things like these pages, any broken pages that have maybe links or are featured prominently in the search results or whatever, if they break, it has a knock-on effect to how much traffic you're getting, how visible you are. It just has a sort of a snowball effect. So sort of you got, there's a combination here of think content not about you, but about adding value. Make your product pages and your product category pages as amazing, as value packed as they possibly can. So it's not just a vanilla product, which a lot of e-commerce brands, you're guilty of vanilla products and you don't want to be. Stand out, it's such an easy win, that one. Google Business Profile, thinking about the online, offline customer. Relevant links, would you want that link if Google didn't exist? And then broken pages, just so that from a tech perspective, you make it nice and easy for both the user and Google to always find whatever it wants to find or the next best thing. 5 of the most common mistakes we see brands making. And now you've seen this video, you don't have to make them as well. Hope it's been useful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next one of this Ask Aaron series. See you soon.